4 decks. Should be concentrating by now, you should know the drill. Spirit can see time in its entirety, from start to finish of your life. So you concentrate on the cards in another time from me makes no difference to them. Deck 1, 2, 3 or 4. Wisdom, Goddess, Lightworkers or Wicca. You decide which deck. Concentrate on the deck as I shuffle and Spirit will give you some advice. So, what do those that pick number 1, the Wisdom deck, Spirit, need to know, please? Just need 1. Thank you, Spirit. Number 12 speaks of karmic situations. It is a challenger, and it's quite simply the Eagle King. Challenges you to see a higher purpose to events. Not everything is meant to come to pass according to your specifications. If you can't see the forest for the trees, stand back for a while and let the Eagle King fly high on your behalf. Perhaps it's time to speak to someone who has objectivity and an ability to see the bigger picture where you don't. Just remember that even when things don't go your way or the way you expect, there's always a reason for the detour. And don't try letting the inner child have a tantrum, because that won't work either. Second deck. The Goddess deck. Message of Spirit, please, for those that picked deck 2. These speak of your chakras and which one needs realigning. You can do this by crystals or meditation or both. Merlin. Mediation is needed in this situation by you or someone else. It's your third eye chakra, so some of you are listening to Spirit. Excuse me. Merlin was the most famous bard and magician since history began. There are many conflicting stories about his birth, and given his modern day fame, it is hard to distinguish the difference between fact and fiction. What is fact is his ability to understand physics and combine them with the practice of magic to create a world which was full of wonder and possibility. Merlin is a very old soul who has lived many lives and is known to be the reincarnation of Taliesin, the greatest wizard that ever lived. Most importantly, Merlin is known and respected for his prophetic powers, so you may be getting some prophecies of the future. He was a wise man beyond any of human. His wisdom came from the memories past and the insights of the future. He worked at one with the universe and worshipped the goddess, yet respected the fact that this was not the only belief practiced during the time, so you have to respect other people's opinions and beliefs also. He was also gracious and humble, and his respect for other humans meant that he was often called upon to become a mediator in disputes, specifically in the disputes of the Kingdom of Britain. So there may be something about to take place where there is a massive conflict within the British Isles. You have found yourself in a position as mediator. However, unlike Merlin, you are unhappy with this responsibility which has been forced upon you. The people surrounding you know your ability to respect others and bring insight and calm to most situations, so don't be afraid to take on this responsibility. It is a sign of respect from those around you. Deal with the situation using your wisdom and trust in your abilities to ensure that all sides are represented fairly. It will become evident that the entire situation was a simple misunderstanding, and information that each assumed the other party had was simply that, an assumption. As the dispute is settled, all parties will leave feeling like they have won, which will result in a newfound confidence in yourself and your abilities to no longer shy away from similar situations. Deck 3. Message of Spirit, please concentrate on your deck. Lemuria. So, it's time for you to create your own heaven here on earth. It is possible. Lemuria 114. Lemuria, or Mu, is one of the Earth's most lost lands, where heaven really was a place on earth, a time before we were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. In Lemuria, life worked in harmony, and all beings were seen as equal. We were deeply reverent to the Mother Earth, and we knew that a mosquito was no worse than us, and the sun no better. Perhaps you too believe that heaven really can be a place on earth. Perhaps you are part of a transition team, or at a soul level are devoted to creating this kind of harmony on the planet now. Thank you for wanting to do this work. It is easy to get overwhelmed by the state of affairs on the planet right now, but you are being encouraged to keep holding the clear vision of the future. It is closer than you think. You may be guided to hold the frequency of Lemuria in your own community, family, workplace, or within yourself. Know that it is possible, and while at times it may feel like you are alone, you truly are not. There are hundreds of thousands who hold the codes of the ancient lost lands, and even Lemurian crystals that hold the codes of remembering, that are beginning to rise all over this planet. Keep doing what you're doing, and remember that the only way to heal the world around us is to first heal yourself. Hold your hand excuse me. Hold your hand on your heart and say, I hold the codes of Lemuria and believe that heaven really can be a place on this earth. And finally, the Wicker deck. Deck 4. Horned God. Now, God is different for everybody. So this is your God. The horned God is the divine masculine power found in the wild things of nature and the elemental cycles of life and death. He is the embodiment of the vital life force itself. His pose in this card, with one foot on the ground, signifies his readiness to leap forward into action. He holds aloft the torque, a symbol of leadership and banal rule, For he is the Lord of the beasts, who protects all living creatures. But it also may be the talk is the marriage band and the divine masculine of the relationship. There is unfaithfulness here. And when reversed, this card simply means that you've forgotten how to reach out to the strengthening power of God. Do so now. God is within us all. We don't need to seek it outside of ourselves. So believe in yourself. Whether you're the masculine or the feminine, you're either being unfaithful to yourself or someone else. There's lack of virility, there's lack of leadership, and there's lack of protection. You need to protect yourself. Where do you need to speak up for injustice?